I'm Amber Nash, the voice of your favorite HR nightmare, Pam Poovey. Welcome to our Archer Rewatch podcast. This season, we're starting at the very beginning and going all the way through. That's right, this season we're covering every episode of season one by one, with some of your favorite people from Archer. Welcome to Rephrasing. Hey guys, welcome to season 1, episode 4. I'm your host, Amber Nash, and here with me as always we have...
Hi, I'm Casey Willis, executive producer on Archer.
And...
I'm Christian Danley. I was an editor on Archer.
Together with our guest today, we're going to talk about killing Utne. Malory hosts a dinner party to try and lure a lucrative UN contract out of Torvald Utne. Meanwhile, Jakov has other plans and double-crosses his double agents. The episode concludes with murder, arson, and chocolate cake. Today's guest has a prolific career in both film and television, appearing in nearly 200 roles to date, including the Blumhouse reboot of Halloween and the sequel Halloween Kills. She also stars in Eric LaRue, Michael Shannon's directorial debut. In television, she's most recently wrapped the second season of The Last Thing He Told Me, and she can currently be seen on Apple TV Plus's series Stick. She can also be seen in the Stephen King adaptation, The Long Walk, released theatrically this September. Jessica Walter called her the hardest working woman in television, the voice of Cheryl Tunt, Judy Greer.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you for being here, Judy.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, Judy! When I was reading your bio, I was thinking about how.
And the episode's over. That's long, and maybe I should cut it down a bit. Sorry to interrupt. Amber.
I was thinking about how Jamie Lee Curtis was on Archer because you guys work together. Is that true?
Is it true, Casey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I figured.
Is her daughter's favorite show.
Oh, nice.
Amazing. That's so great.
She was excited about me being in Halloween because she loved Archer, because she would watch it with her daughter.
That is so, it's always so crazy to think, like, especially for somebody like me that has never and will never work with Jamie Lee Curtis, to be like, oh my God, Jamie Lee Curtis is watching Archer regularly with her daughter. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know, that happens. Like, I wondered once after Obama got elected, I was like, I wonder if Michelle Obama has ever seen me in a movie.
Yeah.
Probably has. Like, I was thinking that, which is so stupid to think, but I was like, oh.
I mean, that's one of the perks, right, of having a career like yours, is to be like,
only
maybe Michelle Obama's seen me in a movie. That's so cute. I love it.
I heard she loves Jawbreaker.
2.5 Men. You're wrong. It was 2 Men.
Oh, okay.
You imagine?
Oh, it's so great. Okay, so in the episode, in the cold open, Malory tells Archer she's planning a dinner party to woo UN intelligence chairman Torvald Utne to get ISIS the UN defense contract. Archer is invited, but he can't bring a date, we find out. Torvald Utne.
That's the
Yeah.
Torvald Utne.
Cyril.
Torvald Utne.
My name is my password.
Had you remembered anything about this episode at all, Judy, when you watched it again?
So, I mean, we're going back to season 1, and I was watching it last night, and I was like, that was like 16 years ago. Yeah. I was a child. I had a fake ID. Just like,
I know, right?
I mean, that was so long ago. I even sound different. Lucky sounds different. Was it Lucky?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that doesn't even sound like Lucky's voice.
Yeah, I know. It's so crazy. We were babies.
I know.
Gillette sounds crazy different, too.
Was he in this episode?
I didn't remember him in this episode.
Jinkies. Maybe it was a different one.
But everybody does sound totally different.
Yeah.
I smoked a pack of Newports a day back then.
Holy shit, dude.
I know.
Everyone's smoking again in LA. It's awesome.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, man. Cool.
I wonder
I know.
why.
I think we've all given up over here.
I think
Yeah.
they're trying to get off the Zins, so now they're back to smoking.
Hey, man, people cope these days. I don't blame anybody for how they're getting through
I'm
it.
like, that's so punk rock. Yeah, smoke your cigarettes. I've got a fridge full of Diet Cokes for the first time in years. I'm like, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I didn't remember this episode, and I, of course, loved it. But it's funny how many years we did this show, how many episodes there are. And it's one of the ones, which I'm shocked I didn't remember it, although also kind of not because my brain these days, but it's one of the ones that we're mostly all in. So it's strange that there were so many, where like you and I would be doing a thing and then they'd be doing a thing. And this one, I always said that my favorite episodes are the ones that we were all in together. And this is one of them. And I didn't even remember it. So I'm really excited. I got a chance to rewatch it.
Totally. And there's so many. So, Casey, do you remember who played the Germans?
Yes.
Manfred and Uta?
Manfred is Rene Aubergenois.
Okay. That sounds like a German name to me.
That sounds French to me.
Yeah.
But you might know him better as Clayton Endicott from Benson or Odo from Deep Space Nine.
Of course. Of course.
Wow. That's great.
And Uta was played by Kat Cressida, who is a prolific voiceover actor. She was Dee Dee on Dexter's Lab, and she's done a ton of voices, and she's great to work with as well.
That's amazing. Do they ever come back?
No.
The Judy Greer of voice animation.
She was she the one that was like, I'm 19.
Yeah.
She's
And pretending to be pregnant.
Yes, which was such a funny running gag. Because also, I've worked with actresses, and I've also been one of those actresses who's had to wear a baby bump in something, and it's like, you get like this weird feeling when you have the bump on. Like, I was like,
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I remember once
Does
we
it
broke for
unlock
lunch.
something in your hormones?
I mean, I still didn't have a baby, but I was like, I'm going to wear it to lunch. Like, I wore my baby bump to lunch, and then I was just like, oh, my baby. And, like, it was funny watching the episode because I was relating to her in that way where I'm, like, kept making dumb jokes about my baby, and it wasn't funny after, like, the first 2 jokes, but I couldn't.
Wow. Was it because you wanted to feel what it was like if people treated you differently, or like just kind of walking
Yeah,
around the
I
world?
remember leaving set and going to Johnny Rockets for lunch because I'm classy, and getting like someone actually like let me sit down.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like,
Basic human kindness. Now you get it. Finally.
Yeah, it does.
now I understand. I know.
I feel like, is Johnny Rockets, we don't have them in Georgia, but I've been to a Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of place where they like dance and sing on the bar top?
They throw plates in a fireplace.
You might be thinking of Ed DeBevick's, maybe. But Johnny Rockets, from what I understand, like my experience of it, I should say, is that it's like old timey, like counter service, like old timey, but really just like burgers and French fries and milkshakes and sodas. Right. Like it's not, they don't have an extensive menu, and clearly I loved it. I really did love it.
I believe there's one in Phipps Plaza right next to the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Field
we
trip.
had that. Right next to Legoland, the indoor Legoland.
We should
Yes.
get
The
sponsorship
worst
for this from Johnny Rockets.
Oh man, Judy, you got the best ideas. Oh man.
Just give them the code ROCKETS20 to get 10% off your.
Rocket Utne.
Okay, so we also find out that Malory hires German assassins to make a phony attempt to kill Utne, but the KGB hires the same German assassins to actually kill Utne. So there's some double timing happening.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. But then there was the lady.
Yes. The sexy blonde lady? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. What was her name again?
Her name is Elka.
Elka
Hoosh. I can't pronounce it. But she was played by Audrey Wasilewski, who is great as well. And I was excited because she, at that time, I believe, this is 2010, 2009 when we were doing this.
Yeah.
She was on Big Love at the time as one of the nosy neighbors.
Okay.
Oh, that's exciting. And she's got, what is her accent? Does she have a Russian accent?
I
Is that
think
what's
she's
happening?
supposed to be German.
German. Okay, right. She's also supposed to be.
Who is she supposed to kill?
I think Utne
Also
as well.
Utne. Yeah.
She was the backup because the other Germans recognize her and say, he brought in the needle.
She's got
Right, and she tries to kill him with the needle.
Yeah.
Right. Right. There's a lot going on. Now, let me ask you, Judy, because for me, things like these kinds of shows, like not Archer, but these kinds of like mystery, like double crossing, all these different things that are going on when there's double agents and there's like people with different motives than what they're saying. I'm always like, I don't have any idea what's happening.
Yeah,
Does that happen to you too?
same. And then add in that you're knitting while you're watching it, and you're like, fuck, wait,
Yeah.
what?
That's why I love Matt Thompson, because he'll be like, man, people don't know what you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
We're like, no, it all makes sense. And he's like, just say what's happening.
Yeah, it's so complicated that you're just like the Glass Onion. I was like, I'm gonna love this movie, and then I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened in this goddamn movie.
Yeah, I was confused. I mean, I knew there was doubling up going on, and I knew that the blonde lady was also supposed to be doing something naughty because she was talking to the dude on her compact, but I wasn't totally sure. And again, I was knitting.
Yep.
Simple project, but
Yeah. What are you working on right now? What is it?
this little scarf. I'll show you because you asked.
I'd love to see it.
So cute. It's these little they're like these tiny, long, little triangle scarves.
Yes.
This is as thick as it gets, and it just like wraps around and has this little point, and it's like a neckerchief. Okay, I digress.
Is it going to be longer than that, or is that like the length of it?
It's kind of like this is the middle, so
Okay.
it would
perfect.
be like this long, but then you could wrap it around and have it.
So cute.
Okay. Thanks for letting me do that.
Of course.
I did know that she was probably a bad guy, but again, there was so many confusing parts where it was like, we're using real bullets, we're using fake bullets, and I'm using fake bullets, but also like wink, wink, but also here's this lady who's there to do also something, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Also, or I should say additionally, I don't have this groove in my brain to follow it all, regardless of the knitting. So yeah,
That's how I am too.
I
don't know.
My wife is notorious for seeming like she's not paying attention, and I'll be like, Brittany, like what? And she'll be like, well, this guy's that, and and this is happening. And I'm like, oh, I clearly
Better.
you are paying
Better.
attention.
Because
Yeah.
there are shows that like I can watch and I'm like, I fully understand everything that's going on. But then there's other shows that it's usually shows I watch with Kevin, and then I'll stop and be like, what just happened? And then he's like, what were you doing while this scene was going on? And I was like, I was thinking about biscuits, man. I don't know.
Whatever he's doing when you're telling him what you're doing during the day, like wherever his mind goes, after he literally asks you the question, what are you doing today? Mm-hmm. That's where my brain goes when I'm watching a show that has a lot of double crossing. Do you guys watch Patriot?
No. Oh, wait, is that the one with, who's in that?
He's cute.
Oh, I'm thinking of The Diplomat.
Right. It's not that. It's called
that.
Patriot.
It's called The Patriot.
That's a whole other word.
Yeah. It made
Similar in tone.
You can be both.
Although you're not wrong to pitch that to me as something that I maybe meant to say. So I take it back. But no, in this particular situation, I am right. I can't remember if it's Patriot or The Patriot, but it's very much like, wait, who's that guy again? Like, it's really cool, but I am having a hard time keeping everyone straight.
Yeah, sometimes I will be willing to, if a show has a lot, like if it has a companion podcast, to listen to the podcast to help me know what's happening. Like I did that with Severance, but then I have to say it got more confusing, and I was like, I can't listen to the podcast and watch the show. It'll be my full-time job. Yeah.
Are you talking about Patriot starring Michael Dorman on Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the one.
The one I just Googled.
Yeah. producer. Yes, that one. I'm fascinated by it, but I don't know what's going on. My very good friend Sean Gunn was like, "It's my favorite show. You have to watch it," and I am hanging on. But it's confusing to me. Not the performances. Everything is amazing about it. I'm just like I said, I don't have that deep
Yeah.
groove in my brain.
Let me ask you this, Judy. As an actor, so like if you get a role in something that's like this,
Yes.
where you're like doing your work and because I will say that there was times in Archer where I would deliver a line like 5 times and be like, I really don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then I'll see the show and be like, oh, that's what.
Yeah.
So as an actor, like especially with like big roles like this, like are you ever like, I'm just going to wing it and I'll figure it out as I go? Or how does
Yeah.
that work for you?
Yeah, I wing it.
Yeah?
I wing it, and then I rely on whoever is on set that knows what it's about to tell me. I mean, I was a little confused by this show I finished in the spring because it was very, like, the plot line was pretty intricate with all the people, and it was really fun, but there was a lot of, like, I felt bad, like late night emails to the showrunner, like, "Hey, I work tomorrow. What is this again? Why
Yeah.
is she there again?" And they're always so lovely, even though I'm sure they're rolling their eyes. But yeah, I've done it. I find that like, I mean, with Archer it was easy because Cheryl is such a train wreck, like demon. She just doesn't need to know anything. But always, you guys, like Casey, you or Thompson always explained to me like what I didn't know. But I never felt like for my character specifically, it mattered if she knew what she was talking about or
Yeah.
not.
And I guess like in a big project too, like a movie or another television show that
Yeah.
you've done, like at the end of the day, if the director can tell that you don't know what's going on, like it's their job to like fill in the blanks
Yeah.
for you and do, yeah.
Definitely on a movie, it's so completely different because by the time I go to work, I know everything because it's a movie. So it's like I have access to the entire beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
When it's the TV shows, it's these TV shows, and I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't, what happened? Well, if you, in episode 2, season 3, like, and you're like, whoa,
Right.
okay. So that part, that's why I find television to be sometimes more challenging because you perform this, episode based on that episode and what came before, and then you get this new episode and you're like, wait, I thought she was allergic to strawberries. What? Like, it's like, I don't know. Or I don't know why I'm not eating the strawberries because you're allergic. Don't you remember? Like, I don't know, things like that.
Right.
Like the way that sort of television unfolds, even for us performers. And some of the streaming platforms have it a little bit better because they will write every episode and then like hand you your season. But
Right.
I don't know.
Wow.
But they might
Wow.
also be shooting the entire season completely out of order too, right? So you're like,
Yeah, I've done shows where it's pretty common to do like they call it block shooting, sort of where you shoot 2 episodes at a time. I did a TV show a few years ago that we did 3 episodes at a time, and it was madness. It was really hard, even at that time, for me to keep it all straight. I felt really bad for like all the like props and wardrobe, like all the departments were just like,
my
wait a
God.
minute.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
3 strawberries.
yeah, you don't have an iPhone anymore. Remember, you lost it. I'm like, wait, what? But I was just holding it. Yeah, but that was episode 1, and this is episode 3. I'm like, ugh. Anyway,
Wow.
blah blah blah. Yes, I find it to be confusing, but yeah, I also maybe am dumb.
No, you're not. You just got there's so many things. You played so many characters.
So,
One of the things that I noticed from an art perspective in the opening, in the cold open, is that there's a flashback to when Archer's date dies at dinner because she was taking the pills out of Malory's cabinet. That the gentleman that's sitting there, his wife is just an older Pam in different hair. And so I guess that had to happen when you guys are just like, we just need to take this head of this character and put different hair on it and their new character.
Economy of art assets.
Yeah.
there was a painting in the background. What is it?
Is it the
oh.
Duchess painting
Is it? Yeah.
with the dog with the flowing
Yeah.
white hair?
Yeah.
The very painterly, just head
Yeah,
portrait of
yeah,
the dog. Yeah. Oh
yeah.
man, so great.
that in that one is in Malory's apartment, right? And it's got a little tiara on.
Yeah.
Later on, we're going to go to her Miami house, and you'll see that exact same painting, but it has a little sailor's cap on.
Oh, right. That's great. Oh, my God, I love it. We also see Malory is greeting Cheryl, Pam, and Krieger and tells them all that they're there because Torvald is an incorrigible poon hound. We find out in Act 1. And then we see him jostling carefully jostling Lana's breasts with her pistols for a while there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was before #MeToo. I mean, that was so. I was paying close attention during that moment with my mouth agape. I was like, I guess it was more shocking that she didn't smash his face in.
Right. She just almost breaks his arm later, which is, he
Yes.
gets away lucky.
Yes.
that one.
Yes. Or hand or something. Yeah. That was
Also,
crazy.
I thought it was so funny that Cheryl brings Woodhouse as her date to the party. And it's like, what's happening here? How does she have access to Woodhouse? Do they hang out? Like, what's going on?
Do you remember, Casey? I don't remember, but I was like, oh, dang.
No, this is before we realized the truth about Cheryl. That she has a ton of money. So
Right.
in my retcon brain, I think that maybe her servants might know Woodhouse, and so there's like the upstairs downstairs connections. So
Yeah, it's like on the Gilded Age where they're all talking to each
Right.
other in the middle of the street. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe because I had slept with Archer like before the season started, maybe I met Woodhouse at Archer's apartment or something.
Totally.
But yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that I know him. Maybe he was my Manny.
He might have packed you a lunch after a night over Archer's.
Yeah.
Yes. He
And
probably
you just
did.
call him. She just calls him on occasion when she needs a friend or a date.
Yeah.
Call the oldest man you can find.
I need a date. I loved when Archer shows up completely disheveled and he's like, I didn't have anyone to get me dressed. He's like, oh, what are you doing here?
It's so ridiculous. The idea of someone else dressing you. And I think, Casey, you mentioned this in another episode about like the reason why women's clothing has buttons on one side and men's clothing has buttons on the other is because women would be dressed by other people, and that just stayed in clothing. Isn't that insane? Like the idea of someone else dressing me, I'm like, it's bonkers.
It's gonna happen. I've seen it firsthand. Eventually, if we just circle back to the pre-episode conversation, we're headed in that direction, Amber.
True. Yeah.
I recently learned something that I can't unknow now. That, do you know what a button-down shirt is?
Yeah.
Yes.
What? It's a trick.
Oh.
So
A button-down shirt
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
is
the
when
color.
the collar buttons down.
Shut up. No.
Button-up shirt is like every other shirt.
What? Because I feel like button-down shirt is the term most people use, but that's
And they're all wrong. They're wrong.
that's
A
incredible.
button down or a button up.
Wow.
I can
And
think
now I am the annoying person correcting everyone. Yeah.
Because I feel like button downs, like, were really. I waited tables in the 90s, and I had a job where I had to wear a button down shirt with a
High
tie.
five.
Same.
And I feel like the button downs were popular in the 90s, but they're not as popular anymore, are they? Like, do men's shirts have that a lot anymore?
No. To answer your question, the shirts that my husband wears to work when he has to wear a suit and tie do not button down. But I think the button down was, well, I'm not going to go into the history of it because I don't know. But I have in my closet these, when I come back, we'll talk all about it. In my closet, I have these vintage, and by vintage, I just mean like thrifted old,
Sure.
like Ralph Lauren polo button down shirts.
Yeah.
And those I have because they're old. But I don't think current men's like a men's style shirt is having those button down collars anymore. I think it was a trend, and I think it was preppy, and I had them too, and they really did like sort of make your tie stay in place.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think now you would get a tailored shirt that would sort of handle that
Right.
sort of thing. So.
But
Or
maybe
an
they're coming
untuck
back.
it.
It's like,
Yeah.
The took, the front took.
You never know, they could come back.
Yeah.
Also, Judy, we find out that Cheryl is going by the name Carina at this point.
that's news to me. I was like, oh, shit. Didn't know that. Forgot about it.
Yeah, me too. And then I was like, was this going to be a regular thing where she had like by the end had 200 names? And it just stopped? Casey, is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was supposed to, and then Adam, I
You-
think, got bored with it, or it's like, this is too complicated.
It's like there's only so many C
I always
names. What are we gonna
wondered if
do?
it was like an FX note.
It could have been.
That was
pretty
like-
good, too.
That was about we can't.
Right.
We need some.
How are we going to market her?
Wait, Jen.
John Landgraf is like, ah! I can't keep track.
Oh my
By the
God.
way, to those of you who don't know John Landgraf, farthest from the truth.
So true. Yeah.
Nicest man. Would never.
So nice.
do that. But yeah, I always wondered. That was there was Charlene,
It comes back.
Carina, and then Cheryl, Carol.
And
Crystal.
that was it? Oh, Crystal.
Oh,
Oh,
When
and
was
what is
that?
the British, the highfalutin British persona?
Oh yeah,
I can't remember, but she has
so
names
it
for
kind
her.
of did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you had a handful of names.
I did.
Carina might have been the last one, unless Crystal or the fancy.
Well, Charlene is in season 5.
Oh, right.
so-
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
she was the country singer
Right.
where I sang all that music.
Right, yeah, that was weird. Wait a minute.
Okay, and then at the very end of Act 1, we meet the blonde that we talked about. That's
Yes.
very stunning, and Archer is outside like trying to call a working gal, and then she shows up, and he's just like, that's obviously what she is.
Yeah,
Oh my God, what a guy!
I know. He gets away with everything all the time. Never not.
So, Judy, this segment is all about audience interaction, and we reached out to people that were listening to our show and asked for questions or things they wanted us to know about, and we got some really sweet stuff from one of our listeners that I would like to share with you. I'm going to read it because it is an email that was sent to us from Rachel. Okay, this is what Rachel wrote. Hi, all you wonderful people behind the Rephrasing Pod. My name is Rachel. I'm 23 and have been a fan of Archer for just about 3 years now, and it instantly became my favorite show. Honestly, favorite piece of visual media of all time. I found it when I was in a very scary and dark place, and it helped me see the light and color again. So naturally, this podcast means a great deal to me. My all-time 2 favorite Archer-related memories, not including the fact that I met my boyfriend through Archer, are getting to meet Amber in Council Bluffs in 2024. I gave her a handwritten letter with a list of reasons why I love Pam on the other side and got to share kind words with her about what the show means to me. I remember this, and I still have what she gave me. She was lovely. The other one is receiving a cameo from Judy with audition advice before auditioning for a really cutthroat out-of-country performing arts school. I'm happy and grateful and proud to say that I got into the school and am one of only 5 international students. I watch that cameo every day before school for motivation. It means the world to me. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much.
tearing
I know,
up.
isn't that so sweet? Isn't that the sweetest thing? I hope you're all doing well, Rachel. Isn't that so lovely that she watches it every day before school?
Yes, that is amazing. I am so moved. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I said something helpful. Jesus Christ. What if I was like, go to medical school? Don't do it.
Don't make the same mistake I did.
Maybe I said that, and that was what inspired her to be like, fuck that woman. No, that makes me so happy.
Isn't
Oh,
that
I'm
so
so
sweet?
glad. Yes, I'm so happy you read that. Thank you, Amber.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you,
welcome.
Rachel, for writing in and telling us that.
And so now she's gonna be the next Judy Greer. She's taken,
Maybe I can play your grandma in something. Or your sassy aunt.
Isn't that so sweet? But here's another thing. So Rachel also sent us pictures of her cat that she named Judy Greer. So we have some pictures of her cat to show you. She looks just like you. Oh, look at that little sexy shot.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, isn't that the best?
It's the most beautiful cat in the whole world. Oh, I love her.
Oh my god.
I love her so much.
Isn't that just the best story of all time?
I'm good to go. You know, I texted with my friend this morning about how lucky we were to just be alive today.
Yeah.
And we were like, no matter what the day brings us, like we're just already so gifted and lucky. And then to see pictures of Judy Greer, the cat,
Yeah.
I'm like ready to go back upstairs and go to bed. Like I don't need
Your day is
did
done.
enough. You
Yeah.
did enough
that
for today.
cat. And it
Isn't
looks
she the best?
so much, I can say this, it looks so much like my parents' cat that I love this cat so much. His name is Crash, and he is no longer with us, but he was the best fucking cat. And when I first saw the first image of Judy Greer the cat, I was like, that looks like Crash. Oh my God. Like, oh my God.
Well, we will also share, with Rachel's permission, we'll share pictures of Judy Greer the cat on our rephrasing Instagram.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God. I want her to
Yeah.
be so famous. She's
I
the most
know.
beautiful cat I've ever seen. I bet
know.
she's very soft too, like a bunny rabbit. Oh my God.
think so, too.
Rachel.
That's so sweet. And I love that the cat is not like, a black and white cat, because that doesn't look like Judy Greer, but she's like a beautiful
Look at my
redhead.
coloring right now. I mean, even my glasses.
It's so sweet. I'm so glad that Rachel wrote in and shared all that with us so we could share
That
it
was
with
awesome.
you. And now we're back for the second half of the
Oh, wait,
episode.
I'm sorry. I was
Okay.
airing out my office. Can you please start
You
again?
fart.
Farting.
No, it just gets, this is, whatever I say now won't matter.
Like,
Yes,
just so
I did.
you know when you do that.
I just farted a million farts. Yes.
million
I filled
farts.
this entire little office.
Are you okay?
No, it's not good for you to do that. All right, thank you guys for your
Okay.
patience.
You're welcome. So Act 2, I have to say, Judy, we mentioned earlier that we were confused about what happened, and nothing's more confusing, in my opinion, than Act 2. I rewatched it. It's a great episode. Archer is an incredible show, but I was definitely confused by Act 2.
Well, and it's intentionally a fast-paced show. Like, I mean, that's part of the style of it, is that stuff's going to buzz by you. Hopefully,
Yeah.
right? Like, you kind of want that.
Yeah.
You don't want to catch everything.
And there's great jokes, and so you're never like, there's always, because people could just be watching for the laughs. People could be watching for the spy element. People could be
The
watching
art.
for the art. Exactly. There's so many
Sheer
reasons.
art.
And different things that you'll catch on different watches. So, not an indictment of the show by any means, but I definitely was like, what the hell's going on in this
That's a
act?
hot take, Amber, I gotta say.
Uh-oh. It was like when I said I hated Barry, and then Thompson fired me from the show that I was already done working on. But yeah, so they're in the house, and I was actually, Judy, when you were on last time, did we cover the fancy dinner episode? Is that the episode we covered? Do you guys remember?
No, I thought we either did the elevator or we did the one where we find out I'm rich. I don't remember, Amber.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
remember
The
either.
fancy dinner was with Lucky because it's a Krieger episode. Where
Oh, right.
He separates the body.
Right, and then Judy and I get to have fancy lady voices in that
It's
episode.
a highlight of that episode.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think I remember them playing for me a little bit of what you had done because you recorded before I did. But when I was watching this episode in Mallory's apartment, I was like, oh, I remember the fancy dinner party where we all wore Mallory's furs and it was so fun.
Yeah. They made me come back to that voice often in the series. I don't know if it, like, I can't remember if you guys used it, but I would often be like, oh, Thompson loved it for some reason.
It's funny. That's why it's very
That's
funny.
why.
There was a lot of extra little characters that you would do sprinkled out throughout the show. Did that happen a lot? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think it kind of did. Did I ever tell you the story about, I probably shouldn't say this on the air.
You definitely tell it.
About Lee doing the countdown.
Oh, no, but maybe tell me again, please.
We were at dinner one night, and Adam's girlfriend Lee would sometimes do a voice on Archer, and I think it was a spaceship episode, and we were gonna blow up, and I was like the voice of the computer lady doing the countdown, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we were talking about all the different voices I played on Archer, and I mentioned and I was like, oh, and I was the countdown lady. And Lee was like, no, I was the countdown lady.
No.
And Adam's face went, and I was like, oh, I thought I did that. And she was like, no, I did that. I did the countdown lady. And I was like, huh. And then Adam's like face is so red, and he was like, well, there was a problem. She couldn't say the word for because she has this thick accent, and she kept going for. And they'd be like, okay, that's good. Can you do it again? But it's for. And she's, that's what I said, for. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they were like, that was great. We're just going to get one more, and it's 4. 4! I'm saying it! And it was like one of those hilarious moments in time.
That's so
Not
funny.
even recreate, but I think I replaced her, and she maybe didn't know
Or
it.
Christian, maybe it was all Lee except for the 4.
Except for the
which
4.
Oh yeah, they dropped you in for just. And that scenario has happened to almost all of us on one of the shows.
Yeah.
But it's always because they're trying to make the show as good as they can.
Yeah. And one of my favorite things about the Southern accent is when vowels make a word for no reason otherwise 2 syllables. And it's such a Southern thing. Like, my husband's Canadian, and I didn't think I had much of a Southern accent anymore. We were up in Canada for for Christmas, and we were talking about
Canadian
something.
Christmas?
Yeah, for Canadian Christmas, which happens in November.
So confusing. It's on
I know.
purpose.
It doesn't make sense. And they were like, well, what do you guys usually eat for Christmas? And I was like, ham. And they're like, ham. Not ham, it's ham.
Yeah.
So it's still there.
Well, we have a Midwestern version of it where you're not mad, you're mad. Like, I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad at Matt. And I don't know if it's necessarily 2 syllables, but it's definitely got like a special ring to it.
Man, okay, guys. So that was Act 2. We just covered all of Act 2.
Woo! Also in Act 2, Archer, is that when Archer sees the guy talking on her compact in the bathroom?
I believe that's in Act 3.
Okay.
But that's what we're heading into right now. So in Act 3, we have dinner. Dinner's served. Archer is yelling at Woodhouse because he's trying to sit down, which I thought was quite funny.
He thinks he's people, man. That's
Yeah,
it's
such
so
a classic
Thinks
line.
he's people.
How long did George Coe play Woodhouse?
Good,
For quite
good
some time.
phrasing.
Thank you.
yeah.
I
Okay.
can't remember exactly when, but it was probably later than you think. George was kicking it. And by the way, George Coe on the first season of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
As a not a featured player,
I think
that's what it would have been. They
Yeah, I
didn't
think like
call
a
him that,
featured
maybe,
player.
but yeah, right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I got to meet George at one of the first upfronts we did at the bowling alley, and George, they would pair us up and make us bowl with advertisers, and George was on my team, and literally none of the other actors were doing it, but George was bowling, and I was like, I'm gonna bowl with George Coe because nobody else is doing it.
Right.
I would totally do it now.
Yeah, but you wouldn't then.
Probably I was one of the jerks who was like, I'm not bullying. But like, I think I'm just a better person now. I'm not such a, I don't know. I think like, I remember those parties at Lucky Strike in New York City.
Yeah.
And they were always like, I remember thinking just like, I just want to talk to all these people. Like, these are all my friends and I never get to see them.
Yeah. And there was always so many incredible people from other shows. It was hard. It was
Yeah,
tough.
because it was this big, huge FX party, and it was so fun, and you got to see all the people that were on all the shows. We were all there.
Yeah.
I once went, and a guy from Walmart said, "Love Archer. We're never gonna put ads on it, but I love it."
Wow, that's funny.
Thank you, Walmart man. Guess what? We don't want. Oh wait, we did.
They would now, though.
For sure.
They would. Yeah. I was trying to remember one of those parties, and that's that. Because oh yeah, I think. Wait, what was it? Do you remember the one party that we went to? It was an upfronts party where the everyone was staying at the Trump Soho, which is now no longer the Trump Soho. It is now owned by a different company. At the time, it was the Trump Soho. And I didn't stay there. I chose to stay somewhere else for obvious reasons.
And I was at the same place you guys were at.
St. James or something?
Yeah, it was cool.
It was cool. The rooms were very tiny,
And
but
the bathroom was just glass, and you could see.
Yeah, it wasn't. And I remember you at the time, Casey, might have been traveling with someone where that could have been a little bit awkward.
Yes. 100%.
And anyway, while we were there at one of those upfront parties in New York City, everyone else stayed at the Trump Soho, and the sewer backed up. And poop went up into the rooms, and everyone had to move out. Like in the middle of there was no water. There was nothing. Like, the main line totally backed up and sprayed.
Into the Trump Soho, there was a bunch of poop came out of the toilets.
No, it came out of like the shower and sink.
No, the sinks, the showers, everything.
So like a scene from It basically.
Yeah.
Great,
it was
perfect.
crazy.
That totally makes sense so far.
We showed up at the event. It might have been a Comic-Con even. Anyway, we showed up at the event, and everyone looked so wild and haggard because no one could clean their bodies.
Yeah, they've been running from poop all day.
Right. There's no way to get clean. I tried to get clean, and it just made it worse.
I can also tell you that Jessica was not staying at the Trump Soho, and she said,
sure.
I would never give money to that man.
No,
this was way before everything.
No. This was in mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid 2010s, right? Something.
Yes.
It was way before he was even president. It was way before he was even running for president. And to be totally fair, so Jessica lived in New York City. That's why she didn't stay there. Yeah. Every time I would go to this event, FX would put us there. Mm-hmm. That was one of the hotels they paid for. And at this particular one, I was asking. I brought my husband Dean Johnson with me, and he was like, "I totally want to go. I won't stay at that hotel." Jessica, he was like, "I won't give that man any money." I was like, "Well, technically, it's not our money." And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Ugh, but they always upgrade me." And he's like, "Judy, no." And I was like, "Fuck, fine." And then that happened. And then I remember being like, I said to Jessica at the event, I was like, "I refuse to stay there too." And she said, "Good for you, Judy. Good for you." And I was like,
And then she was still not invited to my memorial service.
Also noted. She's working her way up to the invitation, but
Still
not
red.
quite
Still
there
red in the ledger.
Oh boy. Okay. So, and then everything gets resolved in Act 3, as always in Archer. But we have
Good
some poison
storytelling.
happening. Thank you. There's some poison happening. Let's see. After, okay, so they're eating vaguely poisonous smelling food. And then the blonde assassin is poisoned because she eats some of Utne's food from his plate, and then he realizes that shit's going down and he gets super pissed off, and then he uses the word perfidy that I had to look up. Perfidy. I'd never even heard that word.
Beverly Hills.
Perfidy.
Beverly Hills from one battle after another.
What?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Me neither.
Oh, wow.
That's also not her name, but it's close.
Amber, do you want to hit that word again?
Yeah. Perfidy. Is that right,
Perfidy,
Casey?
yes.
Perfidy. Perfidy, which means deceitfulness, untrustworthiness. And he just yells it at everybody in the room because he's pissed off. And then
Perfidy.
then he gets shot, right? Because it's supposed to be blanks, but it's not blanks, and he gets shot and killed.
Yes.
Yeah. So then we've got all these dead bodies. And one of my favorite parts about this episode is when they take the bodies to Trudy Beekman's apartment, and all that conversation happens, and all we're looking at is the door.
That's
was
like
such a
kind
fun
of
choice.
glowing a bit because the fire is happening, right? They're burning everyone.
Right.
So you see this glow happening, like the door is like sort of half open, and you hear all the conversation, and then you see the glow, and yes, magic.
Yeah. And do you guys remember, like, the choice to not show any of that action and to just, because I don't feel like that was a thing that became an Archer thing. It was just because I guess what was happening was so horrifying that they didn't want to show it.
I think it's like a bunch of different reasons. One, the content is really bad, so we can't show that. Two, we're going to save on animation if we don't show that, which was kind of also...
Was that really number 2, or was that really number 1?
That might have been number 1.
Be honest, EP.
But also, it's kind of a throwback to a lot of things that Matt and Adam would do on Adult Swim, like Sea Lab.
You had to. On Sea Lab, we had to. There were only 6 people drawing that show. So.
Right.
I mean, there's an episode
But also, it's always going to be better in your mind
Yes.
than what we could do, right? Than what we could
100%.
actually animate.
Well, because it makes you focus on it more. Like you're like, you got to listen harder. You got to pay more attention. So it's actually a really interesting way to
It's a cool
focus.
device, very Chekhovian.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's the episode, Judy. Is there anything else that you remember or want to talk about from the episode before we get to our segments?
No.
Okay, great.
I loved watching it again. I'd like to add that.
Yeah, it is so fun. And I will say again that Jessica is so incredible. The whole first season, because we're watching the whole first season right now, just all the heavy lifting that Malory is doing in the first season is just so incredible.
And I just want to say I love that Trudy Beekman comes back in Skytanic. We hear, and I'm sure, and elsewhere, but specifically.
She
gets-
hates Trudy so
She
much.
gets screwed in Skytanic.
And that she's so pissed off about what she did with her bathroom that she wallpapered it with the New Yorker covers. It's just like, why?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tacky.
Yeah.
So funny.
I was laughing because we have a friend who did that.
I mean, it's great.
That's great.
Except it was Mad Magazine.
Now that would be cool. Or, it's
That's
alternative
weird.
Cracked magazine.
Yes.
Ooh.
I collected Cracked when I was a kid.
Nice.
It's time for trivia. Oh, wait, but before we get into trivia, Judy, I need to let you know what your points are going into trivia. Going into trivia, you have 81 points.
Ooh, not too shabby.
Not too
Competitive.
shabby. Very competitive.
Okay. I don't know how. Okay.
Yeah, no, we don't either. We don't really
Okay.
understand it.
We don't
This
know how it works.
first question has a couple different tiers to it, because I think you were about to go there when we were talking about the episode.
Well, don't.
When Archer finds the compact, Jackoff says, "What's the frequency?" And then Archer says, "Kenneth." What band had a hit in 19...
REM!
Right. Okay.
Okay, that's just tier 1.
That's tier 1. And I wanted to bring it up because I know
My friend,
your friend and director Michael Shannon.
Mr. Michael Shannon, tours around pretending to be REM. No, sorry, tributing REM.
And then they donate a lot of the money from those concerts, right, to different organizations.
Yes.
Have you gone to see one of them?
Yes.
Is that the next tier of the trivia question?
The next tier was, okay, that was 1994. What album is that song from? What REM album is what's the Frequency Kenneth from?
That's a tough one.
Does anyone know? Don't say
I
it.
know.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean,
I'd be guessing.
the word that comes to my brain I know is wrong.
Okay.
Document. I don't even think that's an REM record.
It is. It's a that's where End of the World as We Know It is from.
Okay.
This album was also a one-word album title.
Wait, because he toured with it. Murmur.
No, it's Monster. You got close.
Close.
What's the Frequency Kenneth a reference to?
Russia.
It was actually an attack on Dan Rather. He was doing Man on the Street interviews, and someone attacked him saying, "Kenneth, what is the frequency?"
Weird.
Yeah, really weird.
So are all your questions this dark, Casey? Do they get darker, or is this...
It's like a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah, well, all right. You did some training. Thank you.
Krieger and Pam talk about Krieger's sex robot, Fister Roboto, which obviously is a reference to Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, domo.
Who sings that song?
Me right now. Nailed it. Next question. I don't know. Not Devo.
No. It's the band Styx.
Right.
Ooh, my husband's gonna be so mad.
I know, because he would probably also tell you that it's from the album Kilroy Was Here, which was a rock opera that was created by Styx.
Yeah.
I remember the video for Mr. Roboto used to freak me out as a kid. There's like some space stuff going on.
Don't they like take off their faces and stuff?
Yeah, it's a disturbing. But also awesome.
Speaking of disturbing, Lana tells oh jeez. Is it Cyril? Lana says, "I find your lack of faith disturbing." What movie is that line from, and who says it?
The Thornbirds. Yes.
The animated family?
No, I think that's Thornberries. The Thornbirds was a mini-series on television.
Okay, gotcha.
Brian Brown.
Oh.
Richard Chamberlain.
It's actually from Star Wars.
Oh.
Do you have a
Never
clue?
saw it.
Not familiar with the material. Is that a
I'm
popular...
familiar with the source material. Keep laughing. I've never seen it.
Well, Darth Vader says it to an admiral who was questioning his sorcerer's ways.
Yeah.
And then he force chokes him. So
Wow.
I thought Cheryl would
He
like
found it real disturbing.
final question, Judy. Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
My butt?
Oh.
Classic.
Like a project?
Yeah, this episode's gonna air at the end of October. So, is there anything you'd like to...
Actually, yes, there is, but I don't know how to tell you to see it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Rachel, this one's for you if you're a real fan. No, but I did this movie that did come out in theaters called Dead of Winter, starring Emma Thompson and and the most incredible Mark Menchaca, and I am really, really proud of it. It came out in theaters. It's a very like cool indie movie, so it actually was in theaters like in Ohio where my parents live. They saw it in the theater, but it didn't have like a super wide release. But anyway, I'd like to plug that today because I'm really proud of it, and I was hoping it would get like a little bit more of an advertising push. But with these indies, as you all know, it's expensive and tricky, and the competition is fierce in the theaters. And while I cannot tell you where it will be streaming, if this is coming out at the end of October, I'm sure you can kind of just keep it on your radar and try to find it.
Yeah, I was at Midtown Art, which is a great little art house theater in Atlanta, and I saw the trailer for it, and it looks so incredible. So it was obviously playing at Midtown Art. Yeah, so great. I can't wait to see it.
It was in Findlay, Ohio, where near my parents live, and like Atlanta. I know my friends it was in the theaters in Oregon, like Portland area. So it was like out and about. It just kind of, things.
Yeah.
There was like the demon K-pop people, the Hunters, and then the, what was this other big one that opened? There was some really big ones that I'm, by the way, always so happy when movies make money in the theater. I truly don't give a shit what it is. I'm just happy if like, I used to be like, no, the indies in the theater. And now I'm like, you know what? Anything in a theater. If something is in a movie theater and it is making money these days, like, great. Great. Because we need to make sure that people are going to the movie theater.
So true. Judy, I need to give you your points.
Okay.
So going into trivia, you had 81 points. And it was up and down. And then at the end of trivia, you were at 78 points, but then you said never saw it, and I gave you 25 points just for saying that.
Oh, wow.
So then you were at 103 points, but then you said my butt after anything you want to plug, and you made it to 113 points.
Okay, and now we got to keep that in because it's in the points. So.
Yep.
My butt.
Excellent
Judy.
work, though. Good.
Great work. Thank you so much for being on our podcast. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah, thank you,
It
Judy.
was so fun.
It's so great to see you. Mwah.
You too, honey. Bye, everyone. I love you all.
Bye,
I love you.
Bye, Rachel. Bye, Judy. Greer the cat.
Oh, yay.
This has been Rephrasing, an Archer Rewatch podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at RePhrasingPod. Email us questions at rephrasingpod@gmail.com. Please, no pictures of your penis. That's just inviting pictures of their penis, isn't it? Rephrasing is produced by Amber Nash, Casey Willis, and Christian Danley. Our theme music is by Matt Hobbs. FX's Archer is now streaming on Hulu. We're so excited to be a Maximum Fun podcast this season, and we'd like to thank all of the Max Fun members that support our show. If you're not a member yet and you'd like to become one, go to maxfun.org/join.